Hi, I'm Larry Dignan with Constellation Insights, and we're here with Dwayne Griffin. He is CDO and CIO of Insight Global. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing?
Hey Larry, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing today?
Good. Caught up with you at CCE. Welcome to the BT 150. So I guess just set us up with what Insight Global does and how long you've been in the role.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, yeah, it was good to kind of catch up with you just here at CCE. We caught up. We found out we got the same workout routine. In addition to, we also just
That's
had a great
right.
time. I think networking. It was a great event. I picked the wrong Peloton. You ain't gonna pick on me about that, but I did.
The
But
Peloton lottery. It happens.
yeah, Peloton Lottery. Picked the wrong one of that. But tell you just a little bit about myself and Insight Global. As you said, I'm our Chief Digital and Information Officer. And I joined Insight Global in June of 2023. And actually, my path to my current role is really, really interesting because my relationship with Insight Global didn't start then. It actually started back in 2021, where I actually joined as a board of directors member. I started on the board and sat on the board, helped a lot with some of our digital transformation work. And I came off the board last year to kind of really take more of the guidance of the board role and to help like execute some of the plans. I really made that shift after a 22-year career working at State Farm Insurance, where I was last our chief data officer. So kind of growing up in technology, I've done big technology, and now I'm here working at Insight Global, which we basically, in the simplest form, we just help people find jobs. We do that by really building. We have relationships with companies all across the Fortune 1000, where we just kind of really help understand what are their hiring needs and in understanding and what are the needs and opportunities out there. We really then go and work with a wide field of candidates that eventually we go through matching and we help identify becoming our contractors and help really kind of put them to work. We do that, we're not just a staffing and professional services company. We're really a premier company because the care we go about that process with our clients, as well as our consultants in which we kind of hire and help put to work. We just do that in a special way. And my job is really simply to kind of help really power that connection through the use of technology, which is pretty fun.
So what's the role of data in that case when you're bringing on people and you're trying to fit them in roles? I guess how does data play into this?
Well, I mean, data is all. I mean, we live in a world that we're still in the early parts, but we totally understand we're in a data rich world. There's the known data, and then there's the data that we're still exploring. A big part of why there's a digital. I'm in the digital aspect of my role is because we are still going through digitization of various parts of our business to understand insights, to understand meaning that then will help us deliver our services at a higher level. So data is a critical part, but the anchor of data in our business, it really starts with our candidate slash consultant population. We have anywhere from up to like 30,000 consultants who trust in us in helping put them to work and meeting the needs of our clients. And you can imagine a rich pool of data we have, not only from understanding that pool of population, but also understanding the candidates, which is in the millions that we've worked through in our 20 plus year history to help do that matching.
So what are companies looking for in terms of technology?
It's interesting because we're dealing with the time right now. And if you think about, okay, where do we help provide our staffing and professional services to? A core part of our business is starting with the technology sector. All the big names that you can think that are out there. And it's been a really difficult market here over the past few years where the market has kind of contracted in terms of what some of those needs are. Where those needs are at, I mean, you and I know if there's any role in technology that has AI connected to it, there's a high demand to it. What are those roles? They go back to the data roles. They go back to the data science roles. They go back to some of the engineering roles. So that's still a heavy play. You're also seeing needs heavily around where cybersecurity is playing a key role at and skills that are needed there in various disciplines. So from a tech sector, that's what we're seeing, but that's not the only space in which we help provide our services to. We have our services to the healthcare sector. We can really fill roles end to end in any hospital. There's a lot of needs around nursing. There's a lot of needs around. I mean, right now we do a lot of work helping with immunization season. Getting your flu vaccine or getting your COVID update. So it kind of ranges across industries and markets, and there's different pockets of just new roles and new explorations that are coming up that we're really following the market conditions to go after.
So, how are you using AI internally in the hiring process, and just basically how you're approaching AI in general?
AI has been a really fun journey that I've been able to kind of help take the company on. I mentioned I started in June of last year, right? June 2023. And we all know last year, generative AI took over the entire conversation of AI. And where the company was at when I started in general was that we were like just protecting ourselves from it. It was, having access to infamously OpenAI's ChatGPT was not available and all the other places it was popping up. But when you kind of fast forward of where we have done and where AI has made a difference for us at, it has started with where the richness of our data sits that I mentioned earlier, and it's around candidate or consultant data. We have really used AI to help really do industry matching to client needs for certain skills. That's against our pool of candidates as well as our available consultants that are coming off engagements that are available in the market. We've used AI, and not the generative AI, more of the machine learning, the predictive modeling pieces to where we can do that various matching. But one of the most exciting spaces I'll say real quickly, Larry, that we've done it at, that is a really good differentiation for us, has been in the ability when we're helping align a candidate who's been interviewed and selected for an opportunity by a hiring manager, we go to put them to work. And let's say that data is 4 weeks out. We've developed some AI modeling that has helped us identify if there's a risk because of competing offers, because of the nature of the hiring or delays, whatever, that candidate or consultant of ours isn't able to show up. And we have come up with just behaviors with the hiring managers as our clients and for our recruiters to help mitigate against that. We call that a back out. And that's been a really fun space that we've been able to help the business really pull through the earned business that we have with our clients, as well as build out trust. So that's been a really fun space we've been able to see AI make a difference in.
How are you finding AI? How are you finding the hiring process for AI internally for your roles?
We recently, this is a space we're really been focused on because of what our services are around people, helping people find work. We recently just did like a survey of over 1,000 hiring managers. I think hiring managers in the US with 100 plus more employees, and just getting feedback on where AI is at in the hiring process. And overall, this is kind of some of the early insights from that is there have been significant investments and value add of AI being used in applicant suitability for positions, skills assessments, training, cybersecurity training. There's also this nuance of that while AI has really enhanced and there's a lot of confidence and value and efficiency that it's made in the hiring process, it still cannot replace the human decision making that has to be engaged with that. So we're seeing the investments have been made to streamline and they're being really effective, but how the human decision making intersects with it is where we're just kind of hearing back early sentiments from the survey that some of the differentiation is playing out across our client base.
So where do you think the human sits in the loop for that in terms of, I mean, I know people who are looking for jobs and part of it's dancing around those screening algorithms, and other parts just like the sheer overload of applicants. I guess where do you put that human in the loop?
Yeah, and it really comes in between the connection between that hiring manager and that recruiting that is occurring with that preferred candidate of, is there a touch point to where there's actually human interaction that can assess behaviors around culture fit, behaviors around not only the raw hard skills that are on the resumes that are synthesized through the tooling that's reviewing the resumes, or that can come across even in a one-way video interview, but how that gets matched into, and it's going to get experienced, the way that employee shows up, whether it's a remote assignment or it's in person. There's got to be a human interaction between that recruiter themselves, which is again, that's the difference for us and what the services we can offer. But in addition to with that hiring manager and that connection, that's where you're seeing that human decision making coming in and being an input.
What would you recommend to graduating university students right now in terms of you're trying to play AI, you're applying different places. I guess it sounds like Insight Global is more of a senior, people in the field, generally speaking. But I guess how would you tell a college graduate to play this?
Yeah, no, and I would say we're definitely not a senior. We're helping,
Okay.
many that are out of college looking to start their careers with skills that do not want to start with full-time employment, but yet want to get experiences. And many times they can get experiences is through contract work, right? But it's not only just the contract work that we're able to do and provide for them. It's also the large professional service engagements that we can do where we're forming scrum teams, where we're delivering not only skills of application development, we're running call centers, we're supporting extended help desks. We're gaining skills for the workforce that wants to grow into a career but want to grow it through a different path. So that's where we're at. So the advice I would give is that it's all about staying sharp in your actual skills, your technical skills, but enhancing that with your soft skills. Because what can get lost in this world, especially with so many different digital interactions, and throughout the process, it's very digital. There's video interviews, there's a lot of online interviews, but the soft skills come out online and they come out when there's in-person interactions as well. So adding that to their repertoire as they're coming out of college and preparing for those careers and those different work opportunities, that's the advice I would add in, because we think those things are lost. Well, I can be remote and I may never have to be in an on-site environment, but that doesn't change the way the soft skills manifest themselves to be employable. That's what I would share.
And what's on your innovation agenda for 2025?
It's so innovation never stops, right? Because there's always disruptive forces, whether they're market driven. You heard me describe a little earlier some market challenges, or they're driven from just disruption, new things that are done by key competitors, or new demands. We're always in a position to have the agility toward new demands. And next year, one of the things we're really focusing on is the journey of our customers in a world we're anticipated that with where the economic uncertainty that we're operating in, that is leading to what is the job posture toward many of our clients is at. Well, the shift of that occurring in the next year is going to require some agility for us to help meet some of those core skills that we talked about earlier. AI is still driving a lot of the focus of the skills that are needed by most of our clients, things around data, things around cloud that really get into that, or things around cyber. So for us, it's going to be about innovating and how we're going to be able to position and be there with those demands and those needs of our customers. And we believe being there is where our people are healthy and effective and overall in delivering our overall service offering. So the innovation agenda is just going to be about where does the market conditions really lie us to help meet their needs, and being in position to chase after that, using AI in more advanced ways, continue to take advantage of our cloud services and building out our overall enterprise data strategy. That's a big part of our, I would say, innovation agenda going into next year, which is chasing the growth opportunity we have in the market.
And what's your tech stack look like to do that?
Yeah, so technically, I actually have a pretty heavily focused SaaS technology stack that really is running operationally more predominantly in the cloud, with a small data center back-end footprint with some of my core corporate functions and applications. So therefore, with me being more kind of cloud driven, I've been able to make a lot of agility at the application and functional level to really take advantage of that. I'm still moving a lot of my data estate to be more modernized around my overall enterprise just data strategy, building out my data domains that I think will further accelerate some of the things that I can do with AI and help really power the flow of the business.
How do you anticipate leveraging, the new model stuff as it comes out? I mean, it almost sounds like for companies that are getting their data estate in order, they almost are at an advantage now because they had all this buy versus build, all the models changed, they change every 6 months basically. I guess what's your strategy there in terms of, how do you approach models and model choice and all that?
Great question. I literally, so once a month, I write an internal article for our company. It's called the From the Desk of the CDIO. And I just talk about what are some of the major trends that we're focused on and we're making progress to, or that are kind of coming up. And one of the things you kind of hit on was about this opportunity in technology of buying world-class software and then building world-class software. And when I first came into this position, there was a pretty heavily debate on how that was tackled. There was actually, I would say, an unhealthy competitive nature to part of the organization, which was the builders. They believed they could build the world class and they can do it better than the buyers could buy and or integrate with that. And I come from the school of thought is you have to have the ability to do both. And when you think about how do you do that effectively, Larry, it's through the way you can manage data and manage that to the needs of the business. I think you should buy and build. And that's an important part of our agenda is we have things that we are very invested in and we think makes it special to how we offer our services. We've built those things. And then there are things that we have purchased that are world-class that we build in a way that integrates, but we understand the flow of the data between them both. And that's what we manage to. And that's an important part about that data estate. First, I just cannot thank you and the Constellation team for the opportunity to just sit down and have this conversation and just being part of the inductee group this year. I had a fantastic time at CCE. One of my just standout conference experiences, and I look forward to continue to engage with our members, our alumni, and continue to just lean on making technology and business better, which is what I feel was just a community of connection I felt at CCE to build upon.
Well, great having you on board. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Thanks.